you too. I'm so glad you've been listening in the car because we have been shouting about you all morning.
I know. I was like, we actually don't need to come on now, because you talk about, they'll be bored of us.
Thank God you did, by the way. It's a brilliant podcast. The book is of the podcast. It's fantastic. It's the A to Z of YouTube being absolutely potty on your podcast. Therapy Crouch in search of a happy never after. But the point is, you do seem to meet on the bridge of fun. You do have a right laugh, don't you? Not all the time, but I mean, that's your common bond, isn't it? The fact you have a right laugh.
Yeah, I think that's key to any relationship. Like, we laugh when I'm not screaming at you or you're throwing phones around. We are laughing. We are laughing the whole time.
Yeah. And that's it, like I have just as good time as Ab as I do with my pals, and it's not always the case, what I mean? So, but we get on great, but and she knows that she can be a pain in the arse, and I know I can too, so and we laugh about it.
There are recurring themes. There are lots of recurring themes. Obviously, family, children, holidays. The holidays thing is hilarious, right? Because we're listening to the podcast and you're packing for a holiday, right? Yeah. And you're packing your noodles, aren't you? Yeah. So why did you pack your Chinese noodles, first of all?
Well, do you want the real reason? Because they're like 50p in Home and Bargain, or like 250 in the supermarket when we go abroad.
I'm not having it. Quite right.
I'm not having it.
Okay, so you're packing for your hollybobs, and you're packing Tetley tea bags for a supply and demand reason. Yeah. Which is?
Well, you just don't get them abroad, do you?
You just don't get them.
I mean, and I know it's very kind of like Brits abroad to do that, but that's what I like.
But what's funny, so I'm listening to the podcast, and by the way, I agree with everything, giggling along as usual, waiting for the next curveball from Abby, because Abby, it's all about what's Abby going to say next. It's hilarious. And then, but you're talking about going on holiday, and then about 20 minutes later, you talk about just coming back from holiday. There's a lot of holidays.
We like a holiday.
Which is fair enough.
We like a holiday.
That's completely fair enough. Golf features a lot on holiday, and also the boys' weekends, hilarious. And also the boys' WhatsApp golf group, who sometimes get an unexpected text from Abby by mistake. Yeah.
But you've got to remember, there's 200 golfers on this on this WhatsApp group, and we were away, and I don't know how this even happened.
Because I was texting my friend. She bought me that bikini, and I was texting her a picture of it. And then you just type in the first two letters of a name, and I couldn't see in the sun, and it just went to like.
So I was like, my phone was going mental, and obviously I'm on holiday, right? So anyway, I look at. She's only sent it to the golf. She sent her new bikini, right?
So a classic bikini shot.
Well,
it wasn't like a sexy shot. It was like a fun. I'm on the beach in your bikini that you got.
Hi, lads.
Hi, lads.
Hello,
I'm on holiday. Are you missing me? So I'm obviously. So I've deleted it. I've got the phone, deleted it, and all the lads are underneath are like, "Don't worry, we've got the screenshot." Oh, I've laminated it and put it on my bedroom wall. One of the quotes.
So all the bands. It's all about the bands. It's so funny, isn't it? It's so funny. And Peter is the one who has the tantrums. And none of us knew that, but you know that. We all know that now via the podcast.
I know. It really annoys me the way everyone thinks he's so amazing and so calm. And...
That was like one or two tantrums.
No, he's a sulker. He's a bit of a sulker. Right. Where I'm kind of, let's get it all, I'll scream and then I'll normally apologise afterwards, like 5 minutes later. I don't like to carry things on, but he can be a bit,
and he's a slammer.
Of a baby. He's a slammer.
A door slammer.
He's a slammer and a sulker.
Oh, listen to you, Ian. I've slammed 2 doors in my life, I reckon, and I do sulk because she's usually in the wrong. So then I'm not going to just let her get away with it.
You know the chapter, always right.
Yeah,
so that's not true.
Yeah. Well, it's not true at all.
But no,
she does say that.
It's very rare, but he does like a sulk.
Yeah, and it's interesting because he's calm. He's a bit of a guru. You're a bit zen, Pete. You know that anyway. but the sulking thing explains something else, because so you come back off holiday and then you go into the cinema. The cinema tickets are already booked, but you're not speaking. But you still go to the cinema. I'm thinking, what would I do in that situation? I couldn't go to the cinema if Tash and I weren't speaking. So we'd either have to start speaking and then go to the cinema, or just not go to the cinema. But you two go to the cinema, not speaking, which I find hilarious.
Yeah, but if you're going to go on a date, right, when you're not speaking, it's not a bad place to go. Right? You can let other people entertain you. You don't have to entertain each other.
People in the film speak.
There you go. That's what I mean. And then we just get in the car and totally ignore each other.
It's just not us.
No, because that was the film we were watching as well. Like the woman hated her husband, and there was all digs at husbands the whole way through it, and I was just like, every time she said one, I'd just look at Pete like that and be like.
And I was looking. I remember this one. I was looking forward, and you know when she'll say something like, "Oh yeah," and he's did this and that, and then she's doing that, and I can feel the eyes right on me going, as if that's you, like that's you. And then I remember it switched right near the end.
Yeah.
And I went, boom, that's you.
That's a good look, by the way.
We don't argue a lot, genuinely. Like it sounds like, this is very argument heavy, but we genuinely don't.
Because arguing is exhausting and bickering is exhausting, and you just end up miserable. Yeah. And the reason that I know that you don't do that is because you're not miserable at all. You're both really extremely happy people. And I was driving along thinking, Dash and I, we need to be a bit more like this. And it does help. So, because you have your wines of the week, that you have a wine of the week, and Abby has a wine of the week, and then you have the listeners' wines of the week, and then it does come out in the wash, doesn't it? And you've said that this is fun, the therapy crouch is fun, but it has actually helped your marriage.
Well, it has, because I don't think most couples don't sit down for 2 hours a week and talk about the whole for the past 20 years of the relationship. We go back over old stories, we laugh about the kids, what made us happy, sad, and I know it's kind of a tongue-in-cheek therapy crouch, but it has been a little bit of kind of therapy.
Laughter is a great vessel and a great outlet.
It really is.
Yeah, we have, like you say, 4 kids, busy lives. Ab works, I work. Sometimes so you never get kind of an hour. We'd never sit down and go, right, what's on your mind?
What was your favourite? What was the best date we've been on?
Yeah, that kind of thing. So actually, bizarrely, like it's supposed to be entertaining. It's supposed to be quite funny, but bizarrely, it has actually helped us, and certainly with the airport thing. Like, we'll say things. I'll go, "You are a bit mad in the airport," and then she's taken that on board. And actually, the last few times we've been with the kids, there's been times where I've seen her like talking to herself,
having a word.
It's like stay calm.
Yeah, good for you.
But she's doing it, and it's working.
Eat before I go. I think it's
hangry. Yeah, they say this in recovery. They call it halt. If you're hungry, if you're angry, if you're late / lonely or tired, then beware. But they're all really fixable. That's why they point them out.
Yeah.
So it does help, doesn't it?
Yeah.
One of the wines of the week, which is really funny, and by the way, this is honestly, this is a great I love your podcast. I love the book of the podcast.
You need to come on.
I will come on.
We need to get you on.
I want to meet Ross for a start. I want to hang out with Ross and the cuz.
Well, Ross is my cousin, yeah. He's so funny.
Yeah, no, it's all good. It's all good. But on one particular one, Pete says, he starts off and he says, okay, my wine of the week is my lack of organisation. And then Abby's mysteriously quiet because her wine of the week was going to be Pete's lack of organisation.
It annoys everyone. Yeah, I only had a diary. Like, I only started a diary like 2 months ago.
Yeah.
I think,
but you still don't look at it.
I know.
Maybe it's not for you, man.
But even the diary now, I was so much happier without one.
Yeah.
I think he's spent his whole life from the age of 15 being told where to be, what to eat. Yeah. As a taxi managed, and then it's kind of finished, and he's managed himself, and he's just like, whoa. But he looks at the diary and then just turns it off. He doesn't even want to read it because it's with work and with all the kids' schedules and after school clubs, it's.
But if it's not for you, don't do it. Because they say if you find something difficult, then it's all right. You just persevere with it. But if you find something hard, it's probably not for you.
Well, it's not for me. But you know what? I don't think it's for many people, really, is it? Like, if you can get away with not having a diary.
Oh, no, some people love it. Some people have spreadsheets as tablecloths and stuff like that.
Oh, really?
Of course you do.
I couldn't think of anything worse.
I'm with you. Literally with you
all
the way.
She loves it, but that's why we work, right? So I don't, and she's very organised.
Yeah.
And that seems to work.
So, embarrassing the kids, that's always a fun one, isn't it? They make our life a nightmare. We're very blessed to have them. Of course we are. However, if we ever get the chance to get our own back, you dance out of restaurants, is that right, you two?
Yeah.
Tell us more about that. More.
Well, it's just basically like trying to embarrass your children now. We get to Sophia's 12 now. She's getting to that age where
everything's embarrassing. Yeah. Ugh, what are you wearing? What are you saying? Don't hold hands. Don't kiss. Yeah. So we'll just snog, dance, laugh super loud.
I like my favourite one at the moment is Windows Down, Spice Girls on or something, full blast, straight into the car park where all the kids are on. Yeah. All the kids are looking, and I'm like, Sophia's arrived.
Yay!
Bye, darling, we love you.
And it's awful for
music features a lot because you both love your music. You were talking about the TikTok 100 at one point, weren't you? You had an issue with that.
I was like, who are you? You know, like she's gone. Yeah, put some music
He
on.
baths the kids overnight, and he's got like Oasis on. He's got the Verve on. He's like, kids, this is education time now, and they're all like,
because they can't get out of the bath and change it, so
Dad rock.
you make them listen to it. Yeah,
Dad
make
rock.
them listen to it.
And
Dad rock with a dad bod.
A little bit, yeah.
He hasn't got a dad bod though. He's still got six pack.
That's because of the garage. That's just thinking about the garage gym. It's doing that. Don't worry, I've listened to them all, mate. All of them. I'm way ahead of the game. How is the garage gym going?
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. I don't go there that often, but I do go to the gym.
You don't need to, though, do you? As long as you got one.
Yeah, you got to have it, and then you feel better. But no, I do. I try and
outdoor
do.
kitchen would be more useful
Yeah.
than a gym, because so we can feed you up and
Because you're worried. You wanted him to fatten up just in case of illness. Is that right?
Because I'm a health.
She's got
Right.
problems.
So you wanted to have
Anxiety.
some extra capacity
Yeah,
just in case.
just in case.
Right.
The health thing's a problem. Like she's, if the kids have got a cough, it's worse. It's something worse. It's like that
I
is.
think that's just being a mum, though.
It's just being a mum,
be
and we
honest.
all know that you are anti-care because I mean you had that issue with your shoulder, didn't you?
Yeah.
sure.
And like 2 weeks, genuinely couldn't move.
Literally.
Barely gave you the light of day. This one over here.
No, he didn't. And
Zero
then he did.
sympathy.
And then he did it to himself and was like, "Oh my
it was
god,
karma.
I know how I feel."
It
Peter,
bit me.
ouch.
Yeah, literally. Yeah, it got me
Peter, ouch.
because I was going, "Well, shut up about this neck. You're ruining everyone's holiday."
Literally, I was like that. Oh.
And then we were when I got back, I got it, and it was so bad. But mine was a lot worse.
It was not.
But you wanted to be more. Also, you say like you're not very good at sport naturally. You say that you're not very good at sport, and you wish he'd give you a bit more of a helping hand because
Yeah.
he'd be like romantic.
Yeah.
Bit like in the Barbie movie you talk
Exactly.
about. Tell us about that.
No, I just my childhood growing up, my dad was very much like the girls stay at home with the mum and
Right.
cook and clean and shop,
Yeah.
and the boys do all the sport. So I didn't, I naturally just didn't do it. But I am quite fit and sporty, but I would like you to teach me instead of just saying, he won't play like paddle with me or tennis or...
And you have a go at paddle, don't you? You have a go
Yeah.
at tennis.
I'm shocking.
You just say something else, which
I
you would
know.
normally say on your podcast. By the way, no holds barred from a language point of view. Bring it on.
I know. I know. My
So you,
mouth is
you play
worse.
paddle a lot on holiday.
But
or
yeah,
you-
yeah.
but you-
I play, and obviously I tried to get Ab involved, and it's so nice because we play as a family. But like when it's literally when the ball comes, like so instead, obviously you turn your body kind of on the side, and that's how you get the ball back over the net. But Ab does it face on, so as the ball comes, it just goes straight out of the court.
Nice.
Like yeah, so I'm like just if you go on the side, it'll go over the net. But she just hits it out the court
Towards
every
the
time.
car
So it's just I hit one, she hits it out into the car park.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
and
you're
then
not a
we
very
get another
good
ball.
coach. Like, he doesn't even, like, I've started taking my boys to football.
Yeah.
And they're the worst there.
Worst footballers.
Yeah, and
Ooh,
they've
that
got
must hurt a
they've got
bit.
Crouch on the back
Yeah.
of the tops, and everyone's like,
We've changed that now.
Are these Peter Crouch's kids? Like, there's 3 pictures,
Yeah.
and my little one, Jack,
Are these
he's
actually
running
Peter Crouch's kids?
I
horizontally.
watch from the car park. I don't
so
like, so
bad.
they don't see me. Yeah, but like I will. They will improve. They're only babies.
He's like, they don't like it, so I'm not going to do it. I'm like, well, don't give them a choice. You
Yeah.
didn't have a choice when you were growing up, so
Yeah. Well, by the way, talking about the documentary, your documentary,
Yeah.
you and your dad and your mum and all that kind of stuff, and the competitive edge, because again, you two, when it comes to competition, that's when you boil over, isn't it? That's the thing, isn't it? That's why you're so calm in the rest of your life, because you either save whatever the fuel you need for being frustrated over here, or the frustration means you need to calm down, on this side of life. But was it too easy to tell your mum to F off when she came to watch you playing tennis?
Yeah.
that's terrible, Pete.
Yeah, but you know what? Like I don't know. Something changes in me. Like when and I suppose that's why I ended up playing football, because I needed to be a different person. So
Right.
off the field or off the court, whatever, I am a different person to how I am on
of
it.
course you
And
are.
obviously, I think you have to be really if you want to kind of be elite, certainly in football. But tennis I was good at as well as a kid, and me and my dad kind of had these battles. And
Big time.
And my mum would come down, and if she kind of got in the way of it, it did get heated. We did tell her to go away.
Poor mum.
But I know. But like people used to come from all over to the park to watch me and my dad's games because they were so heated, and he would never let me win. And that's what I would try and do with my kids. It's like, because when you know you deserve to win.
Yeah.
And it got to the stage where I think I was around 14. I thought, right, I'm there. and he pulled a hamstring, or pretended to pull a hamstring.
Did he?
And then I said, "Don't you dare, Dad."
He definitely pretended to.
100% he did, yeah. But I said, "Don't you, please." I said, "Don't you, Dad? I've worked so hard to get to this point." And he said, "I can't help it. My leg's gone." So I went back home, and about an hour later, he said, "Still never beat me, though, have you?"
Oh no! With that face like that,
with
face.
The face like I said.
Oh my
and
gosh!
he knew that he'd pulled out.
But that's cheating, so that doesn't
No
count.
wonder
you know
you're
what? I
angry.
think, though-
Do you know what? The anger that you display when you bash your phone up in the house and you slam the doors, and what's the other thing he does?
Sulks.
Sulks. That's not your anger. That's your father's anger. Yeah, he's got a lot of sense of
Our
fun.
daughter's amazing at sport. She's not like me.
Right.
And she's like very competitive. But Pete's a lot more lenient with the kids, where I'm like, swim faster, like
Is
on the
it-
sideline.
Is it true that you play Simply the Best to them?
Yeah.
Is
No,
that
that's
right?
my funeral song.
I know.
That's my funeral
Yeah, that was your funeral song. Yeah.
I
No,
love
we
the
played. She was a swimmer.
No, I
and that
play
was
Eminem to her, one shot.
Right. No
Is that what it's
pressure.
called?
unbelievable. Yeah.
And psych her up before a match.
We were talking about the Beckham documentary earlier. Everybody's raving about it. Have you seen it?
I love
Yeah,
it.
yeah, we
Yeah,
loved
I
it.
haven't seen it. You saw a bit of it, haven't you, Vass? You're yet to see.
I
We're yet
think
to watch
Posh was
it.
incredible.
Yeah.
We watched it all.
I loved it.
Yeah, like really, really loved it. Obviously, like I played kind of with David in that time and stuff.
Of course
so
you
we,
did.
we saw a bit of it. We remembered a bit, but actually, when you remember kind of like what you went through after the World Cup, when obviously you got sent off, and I had my own issues with kind of a bit of abuse, like for fans, as everyone does, I think, really in football, but. He had it to the level that he just.
As a superstar couple, do you recognise? What do you see in them as a couple? Because they're very like. I mean, the whole thing about when they talk. Have you heard the clip about when she says she says we work very hard, and you can see where she's going with it. She says we both work very hard. And you can see a thing. You can hear a thing. And you can see her thinking, we both work very hard, we're both working, we're both working class, and you think, she really wishes she just hadn't said that, because he is and you're not. And then he sneaks through the door and talks about the Rolls Royce.
Oh yeah. Absolutely stitches her up. That's what Ab does to me. Like so.
Yeah, but
if
I
you're
think
saying
You're
something-
posh, aren't you?
No,
Can I
I'm
just,
not.
can I just set the
Abby
record
says-
straight here?
Yeah.
Everyone thinks I've grown up in some like slum in Liverpool.
Yeah.
Honestly, and it drives me mad. It's like I had a fantastic. I think I had a better life than you in Liverpool. I am not like. I had a great life, and I think it's because of my accent. Everyone think I was like this poor kind of.
No, but you do call him posh because of how he talks.
Yeah, no, my kids are even posher.
Are they?
My kids don't even understand what I say.
That's the thing, isn't it? I think that I'm the same.
I know.
Because we have our flat A's.
Yeah.
And you have your extended R's.
Yeah.
R's.
So I remember being on the tube once, and Sophia was like touching the pole.
This is good.
And I was like, Sophia, don't touch that. It's full of germs. And she's like, Mummy, what's germs? And she's like, oh, you mean jams? I was like,
James.
so posh though, aren't they? But I like it.
I love the episode where you talk about going to the petting zoo. And suddenly, because Abby, you say, oh, when you get old, you start liking birds, don't you? My dad likes all these birds, and he knows the name of all these birds.
Yeah,
And then you talk about, then suddenly Pete has I like birds. It's like, no, you don't. It was the first time you've mentioned it. What happened with the owl?
Oh, wait, I love animals, and obviously that's quite obvious on the thing. And Pete's not so much, but I always try and make him hold things.
You're obsessed with holding like ferocious animals.
No, but it was a tiny little white owl. Moses.
Yeah, but like what I'm saying is like when we do it, like she'll have a snake and what was it, tarantula and an owl.
Giant millipede the other day.
A giant millipede, and you'll hold it, and the kids go, "Oh, that's amazing," and then you'll go, "You hold it," and I go, "No, my parents held it. Like we're fine. We can move on."
Yeah. But
No,
then
we love our
you
pet.
piped up, you are a big fan of birds of prey.
Yeah.
Oh, he is. You
I do,
are.
yeah.
It's like take
Well,
pictures
my dad
of
loves it
birds
as well,
and send
yeah.
them to me. I'm like, the hell?
They are amazing. Like when you see one, especially in this country, if you see, something.
Like a kite or something.
Something with a name.
Yeah, kite.
Kite. You can't move for kites really,
That's
can
what
you?
I mean.
What's that? It's
They're
kite.
amazing.
What's that? It's kite. They're all
Yeah,
kites,
they're all
right?
kites.
He took a dog.
What I saw,
you took
was
the
it
dog
a
for a
condor
walk
or something? I
and
saw
you
it
ran
in
home.
Yorker.
You ran home from the woods because of that bird of prey which went to attack
Yeah, there was.
you.
Yeah. Well, there was a sign, but I come in kind of the back way to the park. But as I went through the back way, I saw obviously a massive bird of prey. I don't know what it was, but I walked through, and then obviously there's where the rest of the kind of people come into the park, there was a huge kind of sign saying don't go in there because it's an aggressive bird of prey, obviously just given birth or whatever. So if you go near its nest,
they lay eggs.
It was
give birth.
It was attacking people, right? Well, they do give birth, don't they?
Big fan of birds. Pete. There's nothing he doesn't know about them.
He knows everything.
Well, they still lay them, don't they? That's giving birth. And it was attacking people, and but I was walking past a different way, and it didn't attack me, thankfully, but got away with it.
Cool story, bro.
Pile in.
Why don't you believe in diamonds?
Why don't I?
It's tight.
Because they cost too much, and there's absolutely no experience you can have with a diamond that makes you happy.
Give it a go, though, couldn't you?
Definitely could.
On the day that you buy it, if I buy a diamond for you, you go, it's beautiful that, and then. You can only wear kind of one.
I've got 10 fingers or 8 and 2 thumbs.
No, I just don't agree with spending that amount of money on something that you just put on.
Says the man with the golf membership to the best course in the country. But this is what I'm dealing with.
Is it the one I think it is?
Think of the experiences I've had though, Chris. There, consistently on a weekly basis. Whereas the diamond, what do you do with that?
Well, it keeps him out of trouble, the golf, and also it keeps him off the phone to Ellie. The MOT sensor. The MOT lady.
Oh, God.
They say that thing. Look at that. Straight away. I'm naming it.
So
that's hilarious. Right, tell us more what you've discovered about each other. Come on, about the journey of the podcast, how it's evolved. How do you prepare for it? You write things down, though, don't you? Because you think, I've got to have a one. Do you feel pressure?
All the time. The thing is people say to how are you going to continue with all these kind of, but in your own life,
we do a show every day.
Things happen every week, don't they? It's she'll say something, and now I've realised obviously it's all research.
I'm having that.
She'll say something, right, and I've got a little notebook. Obviously on my phone, and I'll just write things down. She said the other day, this is an exclusive because I was going to bring this up on the podcast this afternoon, but I'll tell you instead.
Here we go.
It was amazing. I wrote it down.
Oh, this is good. This is a real podcast.
No, it was a real podcast story because I was gonna say it on the podcast, but it was. I was watching Manchester United Galatasaray the other day, and obviously in the corner they have the MUN, GAL. And she asked me who's playing, and I said, "Who do you think's playing?" She said, "Munich Galway."
Oh shit! I definitely did.
Munich Galway.
Well, everyone knows I'm not a football fan, so I was just thinking of the
Galway,
nearest
the Champions League.
Oh my God!
Unbelievable.
Okay, come on, tell us how you prep for the podcast. What have you got stored up for this afternoon's recording?
I actually don't know what we're doing. We our Ross or our John, they just say, let's talk about holidays this week, or let's talk about great experiences, and then we just kind of ad-lib from there. And the audience will write in with it. The audience
the questions
contribute.
are good, aren't they?
So good.
The questions are good. They're funny, man.
So good. Our listeners are so funny.
The golf innuendo question was much funnier than you allowed it to be.
Yeah.
Because when you put it out, you go, hang on, yes, there's definitely a subtext there.
Yeah.
How come you love golf so much, Peter?
Do you know, it's just, I think, certainly when you have 4 kids and you've got such a mad house, busy house, and you probably don't have time to see your friends as much. I just think being for 4 hours in the middle of nowhere, playing sport with your pals, having a drink after.
I love this fact you've sort of praised it as 4 hours. It's not 4.
Well,
it's about 6 or 7, isn't it?
Well, exactly right.
Once you're there and back.
Yeah, because you got to travel there and
you got to warm up.
You got to warm up.
Cool down.
You got to cool down.
Got to count your scores at the end. Divvy the money up.
Add them up.
The other day I was in work,
exactly right.
and I was abroad. I was in Portugal filming for this home show that's out actually on the same day as the book, by coincidence. And Pete just didn't come home from the golf club, and my mum's like, Pete hasn't come home. And she was going on holiday that night herself, and she was like, where is he? He didn't answer the phone, so I called the golf club, the thing that you should never do. But when I looked at his WhatsApp, it was like...
Only the mad wives call the golf club.
I know, but you hadn't been seen on your WhatsApp since 5 p.m, and I was like, it's 8 now. This is so unlike Pete. I'm like, something's happened to him.
Yeah, and he's got no lights on his bike.
Yeah, exactly.
Not allowed phones in the golf club.
He was just there, drinking, having fun.
Bingo night. Meat raffle.
Yeah.
I was wondering about your new TV show, because you alluded to it in a few of the podcasts, and it was secret for a bit, but now it's not anymore.
No, It's out this week.
So tell us about it.
So it's basically me going around celebrity women's homes and just basically having a nose and, seeing.
And they allow you because they trust you, because they know, because you know them.
Yeah, well, I knew some of them.
Do you go to Holly's?
No, we didn't go to Holly's.
Right.
But Holly's got an incredible house. Yeah. So, but we
got
went.
some amazing people on there.
Yeah, some really good people, and just seeing how they make their houses a home and what's important to them, and
good for you.
It was lovely just meeting some incredible people.
Do you go to Stacey's house?
Stacey, no.
Is she having a 7th baby?
I don't think so.
I heard the 7th baby thing for Stacey and Joe.
Oh,
I'd have 7 babies.
What?
I would definitely have 7
No,
babies.
I know you would. So, by the way, so would Tash, because you have 4. We have 4.
Yeah.
Tash would go again and again and again and again and
I
again.
would. I love them. But we just got a puppy instead.
I know. That was a big deal, wasn't it?
Yeah.
You weren't a fan of the puppy, were you, for a while? Well,
No.
the cats, and the cat's been with you forever.
No, I didn't particularly want kids, to be honest.
You are.
They've all been thrust upon me.
That's why it's funny.
I love my children, obviously, but what I'm saying is
love
that
the dog.
there's
The
a
dog
lot of
sleeps
stuff
on
in our
you.
house. Like, we've got a dog. We've got 4 kids. It's a busy. It's kind of like we're just
More
coming out of
stuff.
it. Like Jack's 4 now. Just kind of out of nappies. He's at school.
He's not just out of nappies. He's been out of nappies for 2 years.
Yeah, but you know what I mean is like, there's no more nappies anymore. Is what I'm saying. We've got a dog, and now we've got a puppy. It's like basically having another child.
Yeah.
It's like you have to train them.
But it's nesting. That's what it is. It's all about. I've moved out.
You moved out?
I've moved out above the garage. I'm above the garage now, in the Manx.
Shut up.
Because we've run out of room. We have run out of room, and I now live above the garage.
So
I'm
is that
allowed.
where you sit and watch TV?
No, we don't watch TV anyway, to be honest. But we do at the weekends. We try and watch the weekends. But I'm allowed back in the bedroom that used to be mine on Saturday nights.
Really?
Yeah, it's nice for me, isn't it?
It's very nice.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but the other night I woke up. I
Where
went
did it all
to.
go wrong, Pete?
I like it.
Do you like
I
it?
think, well, I think it might be
Come on, check
that
it
might
out.
be the way forward.
Are you messing?
Wow. It's being a lot quieter.
Okay, well, I will make you your Manx.
I think you've got enough for this afternoon's podcast, don't you?
I do.
This is how it
You
just
are
goes.
great. I love the way I love the fact you're best mates. That's the most important thing, isn't it? That's the most. You meet somebody you love and you fancy, and you want to have all that kind of fun with, and then hopefully from meeting or the altar to 5 years' time, you become best friends, and you've clearly done that. So congratulations.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I
It's awesome.
appreciate that.
Do feel
Thank
lucky
you
for
very
that.
much.
It's awesome. The Therapy Crouch, the book's out, In Search of a Happy Never After, and the podcast is ongoing, and there's nothing not to like about these two. Thank you for coming to see us.
Thanks for having
Thanks
us.
so much.
You're
man.
awesome. You're awesome.